Hi everyone, I'm Aditya and welcome back to the channel. I am in Plitvice National Park. We bought the tickets. It costs around 40 euros per person for adults, and for students I think there is 5 euro concession. Always purchase the tickets online, otherwise you will have to stand in the queue for half an hour and you won't even get your time slot. You will have to wait. For example, when we came, the time slot for 11 to 12 was already booked. You will have to wait 1 hour 15 minutes for the next time slot. So always book the tickets online. One day before your arrival you have to book the time slot and which entrance you want to go through.
There is a lot to explore in this beautiful and vast national park. Before we start our journey, I would like to brief you about the different routes available and which is the best one to take so that you can save your time researching about it.
Here are the routes. Today I will be going along the route C. There are different routes A, B, C, K and F, H and all. Each route varies upon how much time you have. For example, route A takes around 2 to 3 hours, and whatever I am taking route C, it takes between 4 to 6 hours. Time is around 11:30 now and we'll have to be back to the bus at 5 o'clock. There are two entrances, entrance 1 and entrance 2. The routes A, B and C starts from entrance 1 and the other 3 routes starts from entrance 2. I think it's better to start from this entrance because you will be seeing the waterfalls directly. If you are starting from the other entrance, you will have to, the waterfalls would be behind you.
Navigating the parks is via a series of paths and wooden walkways with stairs and steps in between. After walking for about 15 minutes, you will find the first viewpoint of one of the many waterfalls in the national park. I was really happy with the weather as it was sunny and it's the perfect climate to walk around the national park or when traveling in general. Although the weather forecast says thunderstorms after 3 pm, I was hoping it would be delayed.
As you walk on these bridges, you can actually feel or hear the sound of the mini waterfalls which is flowing underneath. Whole region is very well marked. For example, if you're following one particular route and when you're on the trail, it will be clearly marked which way you have to go and what is there.
Every 5 to 10 minutes, you will come across a waterfall, and the biggest of all is Veliki Prstavac, the highest waterfall in Croatia at 87 meter high, also known as the Great Waterfall. A unique feature about this waterfall in comparison with others in the park is, while the other Plitvice waterfalls are formed by spilling of waters from upper to lower lake, the Veliki Prstavac was actually formed by Plitvice Potok, the river. There is a hiking route beside the waterfalls from which you will get the view of the waterfalls from the top, but it was blocked and it looks to be closed since a long time.
You can even see how deep the water is because of how clear this lake is. There are around 14 lakes and more than 90 waterfalls in this national park, and 2 lakes are in the lower region and the rest of the lakes are in the upper region. So these lakes are kind of interconnected to each other. It's not like a stagnant lake. And since this whole national park is at different elevation points, so the water from one lake flows over to another like a waterfall, and in the end it will join one river.
National Park is divided into 2 regions, lower and upper region. Entrance 1 is at the lower region and entrance 2 is at the upper region. The national park has a protected region of around 296 square kilometers and it is near 3 borders. If you want to travel from one region to another, there are many shuttle services available like bus and boats. The ticket for shuttle services is included in the entrance ticket.
So currently I took a detour from the route C to come up the caves. So from here also you will get the top view of this national park, and I'm going up the cave.
Climbing up the caves was a little bit steep, so I don't recommend it to someone who gets tired by steep stairs. If you come during the rain, there is an added risk of slippery. The view from the top was decent and hence you can skip this part if you have limited time or if climbing is a problem. There is an option to continue the trail from the top, but I chose to retrace my steps back down the lower lakes and then resume the trail to the lake Kozak.
As I'm going towards the lake, I can already hear some thunderstorms, and I don't know if you can see, but dark clouds are forming on that side. When I was at the top of that viewpoint after the cave, I could hear, but now yeah, it's very clear that it's from thunderstorms. Hopefully till 5 o'clock it doesn't rain.
You will not get tired of walking due to the amazing views at all times. The waterfall just keeps coming one after another. Given the popularity of Plitvice Lakes, there are a lot of people visiting the park in summer. Hence it is good if you start your day early to avoid the crowd. The broad walks allow you to get super close to the water and really enhance the experience of the lakes. However, be mindful of the surroundings so that you don't go to the edge of the walkway when you are taking pictures.
There are many paths which divert from the main route. So if you have time in hand and if the weather is good, you can go around.
Soon I reached the interchange point and we have to board the ferry to cross to the upper lakes. There are no restroom nor hotel along the hiking trail. If you are going to be in the park for the whole day, it is better to bring your own food as the food here is a little bit expensive. The waiting time for the boat ride was approximately 25 minutes and the boat ride was additionally 25 minutes. The boat ride was average and the views from either side will be pretty much same.
After you get down from the boat, again there is a trail marked. Since the space is very narrow, since it's a wooden bridge, you will have to come behind the others and it's gonna take a while to come out of that region. And once you are back, you are in this open trail where you can set your own speed. I came to upper lakes region and the rain started. So for now we are walking under the shades of trees, so it is fine. But as we move along, we are gonna drench eventually. I wanted to bring the raincoats, but I was lazy enough to go to the shop to purchase on about 2 days back. My umbrella is also broken, if you remember from the previous trip. I planned to go and buy an umbrella and raincoat, but I was busy with work and later I got lazy. I finished the lower region of the lakes in approximately 1 hour 10 minutes. Another 50 minutes in the boat ride and I have got 3.5 hours left in the upper region. Once I complete the whole trail, I will try to find some off-beaten path, try to get more views, better views. Even if it's rain, it's fine. As far as there is no wind, it is fine for me. This is going to take long time because first of all the route is narrow and crowd is more, and on the way there are lots and lots of waterfalls. You can see here there is another one. Walking through this trail is gonna take much more than what you spent on the lower lake.
Next location is one of the highlights of Plitvice National Park, the Veliki Prstavac waterfalls. It is the second highest waterfall in the park with a single drop near 28 meters.
The color of the water in these lakes changes according to the different environmental factors such as the weather and the angle in which the sunlight hits, and there are a couple of mineral deposits in the lake. So due to that, color varies from magenta, blue, green, emerald.
Like this, there are a lot of boards on each lake and waterfall stating the name and the area it covers.
Basically what we are doing now is we are just looping through this big lake and we'll again go back to another point where a bus or a shuttle vehicle comes up and go towards the first point.
The scenery of the upper lake is somewhat wilder than the lower lakes, and I found the upper lakes more spectacular.
You can see so many area is covered in woods. The logo of the national park is bear because it is one of the main species found here inside the park. There are a lot of birds and animal species, for example eagle, owl and different kinds of species in the owl, and I think there are like 75 kinds of plants which are found only here in the world. The color of this falls is really beautiful. The water feels like milk flowing to this red color moss. So again here is a classic example of a lake going downstream to form the waterfall.
Home to more waterfalls and lakes than the lower lakes, the upper lakes consist of 12 lakes that sit on a waterproof dolomite substrate formed in the late Triassic period. They are interconnected and separated by natural travertine and tufa barriers. The trail was full of people all along the day. Due to lot of viewpoints and the length of the upper lakes region, the crowd is spread over the large area. If you can walk only for shorter distance and cannot cover both the regions, then I would recommend to see only the upper lakes as it is more beautiful than the lower lakes. Soon I reached the interchange point to catch my second shuttle service of the day. There is a canteen, information center and a washroom here. There will be a lot of people in the queue waiting for the bus. The amount of people the coach holds is less, but there will be 2 to 3 coaches connected to a bus. You can go all the way near the entrance one in the bus, but I decided to get down midway.
Time is 3:10 and I just got down at ST2. I took a risk and got down here. From ST2 to ST1 I'm planning to walk. From ST1 anyway it's 10 to 15 minutes to the entrance one. So if I can cover within 1.5 hours, then yeah, it should be okay. Alright, I think it was a wise decision. I asked here in the information section. She explained me in detail. So now I got down at ST2. I have to walk till P1 and instead of taking the boat I have to take a right turn and go towards ST1 and it's gonna take 1 hour according to her, and I have to follow the route K. So if you follow the route K from entrance 1, it will be the full hiking without taking any shuttle or anything like that. So it's the ultimate hiking in this national park, but I'm gonna take the route K now midway so that I can reach back to the entrance one. There was an option to continue in the same bus to ST1. So this is my lunch. I didn't pack any food because I didn't get the chance to pack. I had bought apples from Stuttgart. I ate one yesterday. I have one more. The problem is there is no dustbin here to throw the last remaining part of apple. I mean I can throw here only because it's biodegradable, but yeah, I thought I will just go near the ST1 or the entrance and eat it there. So this is like Marie digestive biscuit. If you eat like 2 or 3 biscuits you will feel full, and it tastes good also. So wherever I'm going I'll carry this biscuit packet. So we are gonna walk beside this amazing lake and you can see how clean the water is. You can see till the base of this lake. It is prohibited to swim here. Only the electrical boat which we are seeing right now is supposed to run. After the World War II, even though the park was not affected, the government started to make this like a heritage site. So they declared this park as a national park. Then slowly lot of tourism began. Construction happened around the park, like motels, restaurants, cafes, and then because of that lot of pollution also occurred. So the sewage water was not properly treated and it was let into the lake, and there is a risk that they will remove it if these things are not stopped or not prevented. So that is one unfortunate thing about the park. So this lead to the road again.
The road continued towards the boat docks which I had visited earlier in the morning. Hence I took another part which led me in this uphill inside the forest, and I was greeted by the amazing view of the park from the top.
I don't know if the camera caught, just seconds, milliseconds ago there was a thunder. There was a lightning. Wow, I better hurry. Finally came back to the main stretch or the last stretch, going to the entrance one, and it's gonna be maximum 15 minutes from here. So if there is a nice spot, I just go there and sit.
This was one of the best view I had in the day so far. I guess it could be due to the rain and lot of water which is flowing over the small hills in form of waterfalls. And the weather forecast was right on the money. It had rightly predicted that there will be heavy rainfall and thunderstorm after 4 pm, and exactly at that time the rain started to pour heavily.
This is it for now. It's 5 o'clock and rain stopped now. I went there and got some more views. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment. I'll definitely come back to you. Hopefully this video will be helpful to you to know which points to cover, how much time it will take and stuff like that. So thank you for watching. If you like the video, please add a comment, give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you don't like, you can still add a comment about what you don't like about the video. I'll go to the bus. Tomorrow we'll go to the capital of Slovenia, I can't pronounce it, Ljubljana, I think Ljubljana. So yeah, it will take around 2.5 hours to go to room. So if you leave at 5, 7:30 or 8, we will be reaching the room. So yeah, thank you for watching and I will see you guys from Slovenia.